What is going on, guys? Joey Franzo here with Flex Training Systems and two more Ipf Worlds gold medalists. We're gonna go over it. What is going on, people? Man, it is good to be back. It is good to be home. It is good to be coming back home, just getting the job done. It just feels great. It just feels great, man. So much anticipation and build up, and little amounts of uncertainty coming in, and just to execute, get it done, get that redemption from last year. It just feels awesome. So this video, I'm just gonna kind of break it down, go through just my general thoughts and things that I've been what I experienced when I was out there and stuff like that. The pictures that you guys are seeing are some of the pictures that were taken by White Lights Media. I really appreciate their willingness to cooperate with us and being able to capture all that footage. I think they did a phenomenal job. There's some really impactful, great shots in there. So you guys are seeing that here. There are not that many pictures of Daniella because she just ordered her package, and it's like on a week lag basically for Amanda and Russ. They had got theirs right away, so that's why you see most of the stuff with them in it. But we're gonna get her in there whenever it comes in. I am going to do Russ's full meet breakdown with the coach's corner, and then I'm gonna do the girls, and I think that's gonna be very interesting. So, yeah. Back from Worlds. This was my first time taking a super long plane ride. It was not fun, but it wasn't that bad going there. If I get on a plane and I'm rested and I have energy, for whatever reason, I can stay busy. I can work, watch movies. I brought my laptop with me. I played a little bit of Monster Hunter, but it's just hard with the I can't open my laptop fully, and then I'm holding a controller on my chest, basically, and I just tried to pass the time as best I could. I brought my Nintendo DS to try to help pass the time as well while I was watching the movie, so, I survived getting there, but once I got there, my travel was not complete. It was very strange because when I left, I left my house at around 2-ish. The sun is out here in Los Angeles, and I get there, and it's around the same time the next day, and it's very bright out, so my body's kind of running on fumes at this point. I had to get my luggage, which took forever. Then I had to figure out how to take the train to Helsingborg, which actually wasn't too bad. Everybody was super helpful. Actually, coming back, somebody went out of their way and helped me for like 10 minutes to help me go through everything. So that is something I never expected to get. Just random people being super helpful. So knowing that they're not really gaining anything out of it, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, I got to Helsingborg, and I actually met up with Amanda and Daniella on the way to the town that the meet was going to be at. So I mean that instantly took a lot of pressure off me because I knew we're all going in the right direction. Talked a little bit on the train, and then once we got to the train station, I saw like McDonald's, Subway, and things like that. So I knew like, okay, something familiar here. And luckily, the train station was immediately, as soon as we got out of the train station, on the left side was the hotel I was staying at. The weather there was so nice. The hotel was super nice. It was right on the water. My air conditioning was working. I know Russ was saying his room was hot. My room was good, so I didn't have to worry about that. The breakfast at the hotel was insane. It was great. It was super convenient is what I would say in terms of like travel and the hotel. So that first day, what did we do? I got there. We went to go eat, and then I had been awake for like 28 hours. We went back to the hotel, and I just knocked out. I kept waking up at weird hours because we're on a weird time schedule, but it's weird. Like your body goes into like super efficient mode, and you just sleep. You don't sleep a lot, but the sleep that you get is like much more meaningful, if that makes sense. So I was waking up at weird times. Then I trained the next day. After, like, I woke up, we went to eat breakfast, went back to the room, knocked the fuck out. Uh, Woke up, went to go train, and just kind of get my bearings. Whenever we do these competitions, I like to see the venue. I like to know my space that I'm going to be operating in. I like to know, where I'm going to be at and stuff like that. It was good to go train and just be familiar with the room. And then, I was constantly checking in on Russ, just making sure his weight was good, making sure he had all the supplies that he needed. Luckily, there was a little grocery store right across the street from my hotel. Super convenient. That and the little Subway that was there, that's pretty much like how I survived being out there. And then, then it was Russ's day. Went in, got it done. A lot of just like build up to this meet for him, because we lost to Gibbs last year pretty bad, and I knew that this year coming in, Russ was. I mean, if you get a guy like that with a year of uninterrupted training, you're gonna do damage. You're gonna put 63 kilos on your total from 1 year to 1 year, like from Worlds to Worlds, which is exactly what he did. I believe he did like just over 800 kg at nationals, and then he did another 30 on top of that at Worlds. So I mean, progress is there. Everything is moving up. The more I work with Russ, and goes for any of my lifters, the more they start to see what I need from them, and it all just comes from communication, checking in, sending those videos. If you have questions, ask, and you start to build synergy. You start to build something. It's almost an intangible roadmap that exists in your brain, and when I send out training, you just kind of know what we're looking for. I mean, I'm also constantly drilling these things in their head, but throughout the Russ's prep, he really started to demonstrate, just without even really having to think or do much, just from me kind of coaxing him in the right direction. This is the things that we're looking for in training. These are the marks that we want to hit based on the timings. He knows how to balance his bodybuilding and cut it out, when we're getting close to comps and stuff like that. Nutrition's on point, sleep is on point, and just staying in the pocket, doing what you're supposed to do, and staying healthy. And it's not, for me coming in, I knew he was capable of totaling 840, so I wasn't really, which I absolutely think he could have if we would have put the other 7 kilos on his deadlift. I think he probably would have had it, but I don't want to say, like, I wasn't surprised. I was just like everything we had done leading up to this moment had indicated he was capable of putting on a performance like that. So with his kind of technique, where it's very consistent, all we got to do is execute on the platform. His depth was crazy good. Like, we had heard stories of everybody getting reds earlier in the week, so we just wanted to make sure. But I think they had a talk with the judges, because during Russ's session, everything was fine. And, I mean, you guys will see when I break down the meet, we were chilling. So bench is automatic, and then deadlift, Russ is super strong. That's his strongest lift for sure. And, I knew that once we got into deadlift, whatever, our opponent had to do, we could just jump with him. And it makes it easy at that point. If you get it done year round, if you get it done in prep, then come meet day, you don't have to do shit. Like, I mean, obviously you have to execute, but it's like very, like if I double 720 in training, I know that I'm probably going to be good for, 760 or something on the platform. It's like you see what you do in the gym, and then, that kind of, that's where the work is done. That's where, you being strong enough to get it done and refining your technique and all that happens. Then on meet day, you're simply displaying all that stuff that you've built up. So it was great, man. It was a great feeling to actually get it done. Actually, Russ did not know that he had won. I mean, I try to withhold information from the lifter as much as I possibly can on meet day, because I need them to focus on lifting and executing, take that mental stress off of them, and just trust me that I'm going to put them in the best position possible. And he didn't know that he won after his second deadlift, but I wanted to keep him in that mindset of, let's get it done, let's finish. There's no point in like, I'm not gonna tell him, hey man, you already won, now go YOLO, and then he maybe doesn't take it as serious and misses. I don't think he would do that, but I'd rather just keep him in that mindset. And sometimes you need to do that. You need to do what you need to do to put your lifter in the right mindset to get the job done, and that was exactly what we did. World record squat, world record total, and he was like a pound away from the world record deadlift. So, I mean, we'll get it next time. I'm not really too worried about it. That would have been a nice little chip or icing on the cake, but it's all good. Very, very proud of him. Just he said something really nice to me in a text, and I said something nice to him back, and it's just the relationship that we're building. It goes beyond just simply, sending out training and hitting your lifts. It's just growing into something that I think it's super special, and I hope we can just continue to build this dynasty, continue to push the limits of. Actually, I don't even need to hope because I know all the pieces are there, and I know he wants it, and I know he wants it. I want it. We're on the same page, and we're just gonna keep trying to push what the limit's going to be. Plus, we have Sean, and Sean is gonna keep him honest, and he's gonna keep Sean honest, and that rivalry within the team. It's like we got all the parts. We got all the parts to just take this 83 kg class and push it, super far. So I'm really excited about that. And whatever challenges come up ahead, I'm ready for them. So huge nationals coming up. That's gonna be super fun. Can't wait for that. Yeah, man, that's pretty much all I have to say about Russ's meet. I'm sure more will come up when I'm actually watching videos in front of you guys breaking it down. That takes us into the girls. Got the girls all weighed in. Amanda actually didn't eat for quite a while, so she was really under, which is all good. I mean, she had a good amount of food the day before, just through those very low residue foods, so it's not really filling up your stomach, so you're gonna feel hungry. Danny was like right on the money and got the girls all weighed in. Coming in, I really didn't want any issues with depth. That was like the main thing I was concerned with. Again, the things that I was like not necessarily worried, but just I was giving attention to, which it's kind of weird because I can't really control it, is like I can control it to an extent, but it's like squat depth. I need to make sure the girls are as low as they can be because I don't want any problems when we get out there. I actually thought that Amanda's squats in training were super deep, and Daniella's would be quite borderline, but Amanda was the one that ended up getting reds. I mean, you could have gone either way. None of their squats were like, crazy high. It was, it came down to the opinion of the judges, and it's all good. I mean, that weight is an easy weight for Amanda, and I think Danny had a little bit more in the tank as well. And then coming into bench, we just stayed in the pocket. Off the top of my head, I know Amanda hit a 7.5 kg bench PR, which is good. That's her weakest lift, and that's where she is showing lots of improvement very rapidly. It's almost like noob gains for her in that department. Also, Danny hit a world record bench. I think she was good for another 5 pounds probably. For whatever we would do with the chip to give us 5 pounds would 4 pounds, 5 pounds, something like that. And then coming into deadlift, I just had to really make sure that each girl had an opportunity to I kept telling Daniella, I would just say, all you have to do is stay in the pocket. And then for Amanda, I just said, we're going to have to load the bar with something that might be kind of heavy. You just got to execute. You need to stay tight, make sure her grip was the number one thing that I had been drilling and training non-fucking stop. I had just been all over her grip. And for her to get it done, to show that improvement, it was just such a great thing to see. Her training just kind of solidified that what we're doing is fantastic and it's working. With Daniella, I just want to briefly talk about that final scenario when it comes down to the last deadlift. Danny has a 6 kilo lead coming in. I think Amanda brute strength is a little bit stronger than Daniela when it comes to deadlift. So that may or may not be enough to, seal the deal. So essentially, but Danny did have the lead. So I mean, I think she gets the benefit of the doubt to kind of um, have a shot at least to make Amanda show up, basically. There's two ways to kind of look at it. What we ended up doing was we have Danny pull something. If she gets it, now Amanda has to pull, I think it's like 6 kilos. Well, she has body weight advantage, so maybe it might be slightly less on top of whatever Danny pulled. I don't think it was impossible, but it would definitely be like, it would have to be perfect, for her to get it. But Daniela ended up, I think, she started to lose her grip and then she fell down. Sean was saying that she lost her balance a little bit, which then her grip started to go and then she fell down. Either way, I think we should still work on grip and I mean, shit happens when weights get heavy. But Danny had it in her hands. It was not a hard weight for her. She locked it. She got it all the way up, and it was right there. It came right down to that. That would have put her in a good spot, and now Amanda has to come fire back. But Danny ended up missing. That puts Amanda in a very, it's an easy pull for her now. All she has to do is pull it, and I gotta give her credit. She like, giving her credit is like understating it. For her to do a complete 180 from the Arnold and just listen to everything that I said and communicate with me literally every single day and do what she was supposed to do to get it done. I think she's, very deserving. Both of them are deserving. They literally tied each other on total. It could have gone either way. In my opinion, they're both world champs. They're both winners, and they're both going to push each other for this coming up national. So I will say that for me as a coach, as someone that like cares deeply about both of them, I hate when one of my own has to be at the end of my gun. Does that make sense, guys? Like, I don't want to have to take everything that I know that I'm capable of as a coach and aim that barrel at one of my own lifters. I would hate for any of them to be in that situation. I wouldn't want to be at the end of my own barrel. So it's like, when it comes down to that final deadlift, the very final deadlift, I mean, that's kind of what happens. And I feel very, very, very minimally guilty that, I would have felt sad either way. It's like, I'm happy and I'm sad. It's like, I'm really happy that Amanda won, but I'm sad that Daniela didn't. But then if it was the other way around, I would have been happy that Danny won and Amanda didn't. So it's just like, it's a double-edged sword in the truest extent of the expression. I don't really know. I have no regrets. I know that at the end of the day, we gave them both a shot they both had a chance to get it done. And when it came down to execution, in terms of like Amanda was able to complete 9 lifts. She didn't fail any of them. Her technique held up. Her squat apparently was slightly high. Oh well, that didn't go. But she got them all. She didn't, lose any of them. Danny missed that one. And at that level, if you miss that one, it's going to bite you. So, like I said, it just sucks. The other thing we're thinking about was like, maybe we should have had Amanda pull first and then Danny goes after. But the thing is, Daniella is pulling using her advantage now and then stacking, whatever she pulls on top, take her lead, and then that's what Amanda needs to pull. If Daniela goes after Amanda, you cannot lower the weight that's on the bar. So you're essentially relinquishing your lead. Instead of having to pull, 6 kilos less, now maybe you're pulling 2 kilos less or 4 kilos less. So you're pulling more weight than you need to kind of try to win. So it's just like, we try to, I think the other way we did it gave her the best. It makes Amanda have to pull the most that she has to pull. Like I said, it's tough. It's super complicated and it's very conflicting when it comes to like emotions when it's that tight. And I mean, it's just a fucked up situation. But I've been in it many times before, and more often than not, these scenarios solve themselves on their own. And it doesn't need to come down that close. So, this was a very interesting one. I'm glad I went through it, and it's just like invaluable experience that, I just gonna bolster, my value, if that makes sense. Just like being able to deal with that. But yeah, I mean, I love them both, and I want to see the best. I want to see them both succeed, moving forward. And they both know I'm going to give them, 200% when it comes to that. So yeah, that was that. I had a very brief dinner at the hotel. Then I had to pack all my stuff. I actually ended up knocking out, waking up early and packing all my stuff. The trip home was rough, super rough. But when I got home, Tina was there. Russ was in the trunk, which is hilarious. Oh man, they surprised me, and then we went to go eat real quick, and that was it. I was back home. Got in a light training session the next day, and I'm just so happy to have got it done. Like I said, I can't describe to you guys, like, this is just, you know, I'm about to get real sentimental here, but it's just like I'm building this flex training systems. I'm building, this team, and I'm trying to push everyone to their limits and create something special and leave powerlifting, elevate powerlifting and leave it better than when I came in. And I absolutely think that if you see someone wearing flex and, they're up there at those top levels, that that we're going to be bringing it. We're going to be on point. We're not going to, make like little mistakes here and there. I mean, everybody's human, but it's just like, I want to bring a new standard. I want to just push the sport. I want to just keep going, man. I want to just do as much as I possibly can, as a coach, and be as influential as I can, and inspiring, or whatever the hell people gain from watching me. To just, it just helps. It just makes everybody win, in my opinion. You don't even have to like me, but I think, the stuff that we're doing is undeniable, and I just I want to keep going. I want to keep going. I want to just set a new. I just want to keep breaking limits, man. That's all that it is. And we got 2 weeks coming up here. We're gonna have. I mean, I'm very, very confident that Jonathan Keiko is gonna break the unofficial world record, 93 kg total. Mikey Davis already did this, a month before Worlds. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think we also showed that a lot of people make excuses. I said this before we went out. They make excuses about, like, oh, international travel, it's gonna throw you off, this and that. I think we did a really, 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 really good job of not letting it affect us. Um, you know, I think if you pay attention to those little variables, it's not gonna turn you on your head. It is kind of tedious, but I mean, I'm the type of person that will be on someone and will constantly be telling them, hey, make sure you drink your water, make sure you have your food, drink your protein, and da da da, this and that. So, um, I'm really glad we're able to bring it home, and I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys that have been supporting and following us along the way, and cheering for us and rooting for the team and all those good things. It truly just means everything to me, and it keeps motivating me to keep giving back and keep pushing this flux thing to something special. So, um, coming up next, like I said, we have a huge state meet coming up. 15 flex boys competing at least. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be incredible. It's out in Anaheim. It's gonna be one of the best things. One of the best local meets, I think, I've ever been to, just because of how many people we got doing it. And Cali meets get super fucking lit, so I'm excited for that. And then it's just we're taking that gun and we're pointing it at the Tournament of Power 2019 out in Chicago. It is gonna be insane. It is gonna be nuts. I know USA Powerlifting is gonna put on a show. We're gonna have those big, the Titantron WWE backgrounds or whatever. So that's gonna be tight. And yeah, guys, let me get a hashtag world champs. Hashtag world champs. In the comments down below. Also, guys, real quick before we head out here, I just want to say Hit Point. Hit Point came out. It is the new protein by PR Breaker. I actually have some right here next to me. It mixes really good. It tastes really good. I'm very sensitive when it comes to proteins. I usually drink Optimum Nutrition. I get mild stomach aches and I feel kind of weird. But I don't get that with this one. And I've been drinking like 4 scoops a day. So if you guys are interested in that, or a good pre-workout, guilt-free, like you don't have to worry about like banned substances or anything. PR Breaker is the way to go. Code Flex10. And what else? What else? Oh, new flex gear. We're working on sweaters, competition T-shirts, women's crop tops, those stay in the pocket shirts that you guys have seen, all that stuff. I gotta get going on that because we have nationals coming up, and I want to get those out for you guys. I want to make this nationals the biggest one ever. I want to see everybody in the flex tee. I want it to be memorable. So I need to get on top of that. So stay tuned for more details on that. That being also, yeah, if you guys want to learn more, if you guys want to brush up on your, brush up on your lifting knowledge and stuff like that. The link in the description is to the training and nutrition ebooks by Dr. Eric Helms. It's like 400 references or something like that. Use that link. It supports me, and you guys get super bang for your buck information for those of you that want to learn and kind of understand training a little bit better. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys more than I can describe here. I still have more good news to share, but I'm just waiting, like I said in the last one. And yeah, that's it. We got it done, fellas.